What if I told you that a man who spent 6 years waiting outside a prison in quiet, snow, and controversy simply saw his entire world come crashing down because of a single concealed camera? Yes. According to reports, Papoose, the loyalty king, himself fell to the ground upon witnessing the one thing he never imagined he would see in his lifetime. Remy Ma and Eazy, the block captain, together in bed. Not in a hotel bed with covers on, not on stage, not in a dream, not in a studio. And now the terrible video has just leaked? What should have been a private vacation became a humiliating public event. Was Eazy genuinely under the impression that nobody would notice? Did Remy forget that cameras are now present everywhere? More significantly, how long has Papoose been unaware of the reality? We're talking about more than just cheating if this leaked film is authentic, and all the evidence suggests that it is. Stay put, because what you're about to hear will alter your entire perspective on the biggest betrayal in hip-hop romance history. Let's clarify one issue. It's more than simply drama. The same people who once provided us with Instagram couple, therapy videos, and black love goals are back with a full-fledged masterpiece of treachery. However, that picture frame is now broken and cracked, and the fragments are enmeshed in controversy because, guess who? Got caught in the most embarrassing way imaginable. Eazy, the block commander, Remy Ma, a bed, a hotel, and a high-definition surveillance camera. Allow me to describe the scene. Ever since the mixtape era, Papoose, our Brooklyn-born ride or die, has been keeping Remy Ma in check. He supported her during her incarceration, legal cases, accusations of infidelity, arguments, and bar fights. This individual did not simply remain, he constructed her return. But this isn't a mixtape beef, right here. This 4K footage of bedroom betrayal seems to have been played back to Papoose, like a movie he never tried out for. The entire encounter happened in a posh penthouse suite in downtown Atlanta. According to an unnamed source from inside the hotel, we'll just call room service Rico. The type of suite with "Do Not Disturb" permanently etched on the headboard, and sheets that costs more than your rent. According to reports, Remy was in town for a confidential business meeting. When celebrities are about to be caught doing something they should never be doing, they employ that enigmatic phrase. And guess who was in the same city by chance? Captain of the block, relax. The same man about whose fans had already begun to have doubts when Remy began treating him as though she were. Getting ready for more than a rap fight? Do you recall those uncomfortable interviews in which Remy was questioned about Eazy? And all of a sudden, she lost the ability to speak. It all makes sense now, because Remy and Eazy were reportedly rebranding positioning plans in a king-sized bed that night, as Papoose was allegedly at home producing content for his most recent book launch, attempting to rebrand Black Love following literal war. But hold on, things get worse. Remy is seen coming alone shortly before midnight in the surveillance footage, purportedly taken from the penthouse hallway camera. She is seen on camera with her face buried in a sweatshirt while dressed entirely in black. 22 minutes later, Eazy arrives with nothing but a phone and a bad attitude. They remain in the room for 7 hours after that. Darkness, stillness, and treachery simmering behind closed doors were all that was present. No employees, no delivery, and no hair or makeup crew. You're probably thinking, well, maybe they were just discussing lyrics. Maybe they were simply exhausted. Yes, and maybe that leaked audio clip of Eazy whispering was a part of a new freestyle. Let's not be stupid. It wasn't a writing session. It was an erasing session. Erasing vows, erasing trust, erasing every last bit of the final nail in the coffin was not just the act, but the way Papoose learned about it. According to insiders, 2 days after the incident, he received a call from a hotel security manager alerting him to unusual behavior involving 2 high-profile guests. At first, he assumed it was fraud, thinking perhaps someone had used his card. But what he discovered was much worse. A USB drive was delivered anonymously to his doorstep in Manila. envelope with the words "Watch alone." That drives video. Shows exactly what you're scared of. Papoose, who has long been renowned for his serene manner and while watching the video. He reportedly collapsed to his knees in the center of his living room. According to one source, he didn't talk for more than 3 hours. And another claimed that he tried to call Remy, but she didn't answer. Only posting a mysterious Instagram story with the caption, "Sometimes silence is protection." Protection. From what the truth is a strategic controversy, not just an oops situation. It's like if someone was planning a smooth breakup without submitting any paperwork. And now the world knows about it because of a nosy hotel employee and a very talkative flash drive. Fans aren't holding anything either. Reactions like Eazy. The homewrecker captain were all over Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. This wasn't something Papoose waited 6 years for. Black Love was formally canceled, was a nuke. That USB. Not only was the treachery surprising, it had a cinematic quality. An actual Netflix series is in the works. Remember, that is not the first time that these three have been involved in a triangle conflict. Do you recall the battle rap altercation from last summer where Remy and Eazy became too cozy backstage, leading to rumors? Maybe the bet for 2024 Papoose appeared depressed in every picture taken at the awards after-party. 2020 is actually hindsight. It appears that Papoose was the only one without a copy of the screenplay at this time. But that is what's really scary. What else was concealed if it was the leak? Was it the end of something colder, longer, and deeper? Or was it a one-time error? Additionally, the video was sufficient. We are discussing night vision, 2 perspectives, an active audio stream, and a running timestamp. Someone obviously wanted to blow up because they disclosed the entire surveillance drop. The unidentified uploader claims that the video was taken from a confidential security database that was only accessible by employees. It was like a grenade thrown into the most devoted pair in hip-hop when it first appeared in the shadowy depths of Reddit and a few Telegram channels. Let's dissect it. According to the video, Remy Ma enters the suite at 11:47 p.m. She drops her luggage, takes off her jacket, and wears her hoodie. She shuts the door. She is pacing and appears anxious. Within 20 minutes, Eazy enters. Like he had a key or had been there before, there was no knocking or hesitating. Next is the section that made fans stop talking. What seems to be a very familiar salutation is exchanged between the two. Not a handshake, not an embrace, but a kiss. A slow, purposeful kiss that implies they have crossed this boundary before. The duration of the kiss is almost 12 seconds, enough time for even the online critics to quit defending it. They then leave the camera and head for the bedroom. The lights in the hallway are faint. An hour later, motion is detected in the video once more. But this time, audio is what makes the difference. The microphone, which is obviously activated by movement, picks up a line that is murmured by Eazy, sending shockwaves over all social media platforms. Well, he was never intended to discover in this manner. Not if he learns. Perhaps he is aware. This was not how he was supposed to learn. Everything changed with that one sentence, making it more than a simple mistake. It was an intentional treachery. 2 individuals who had been portraying Papoose as a supporting player in his own marriage had planned to keep this secret. The internet didn't stop there, but the video did. It became popular within hours of the video being leaked. A Papoose deserves better. Ash Cohen, 4K #BlackLoisDeadad even jumped in an anonymous rapper's verified accounts. Remy and Eazy stop acting like this is new. A combat rap writer wrote, "This isn't just messy, it's evil." Papoose offered that woman everything, and she gave it to him easily. We all watched how she looked at him during Chrome 23. Let's not be surprised, though. The signs were there for months. We simply weren't paying enough attention. In that now famous press conference footage, Remy was questioned about whether or not her connection with Eazy was solely professional. She stopped after laughing, then replied, "He's just talented." The audience applauded. However, that chuckle suddenly seems effortless and confessional. For over a year now, he has been dropping coded bars. Phrases such as, "I used loyalty to," "build my brand and turned it around when they weren't loyal in return," "tampering with a queen who at home still has a king," "a risky game." We believed it to be fiction. It was foreshadowing, it turns out. However, the inner circle was already responding while fans on the internet were occupied with deciphering lyrics. According to a stylist close to Remy, who allegedly collaborated with her on set last month, she had been emotionally estranged from Papoose for months, seemed more like her manager than her spouse. She never smiled in his presence, took calls by herself, and left early. However, the entire atmosphere shifted when Eazy arrived. Another source from Eazy's camp, who asked to be nicknamed the Plug, said that they had been dating since the beginning of the year and claimed that everyone was aware of it. They had no intention of concealing anything from the camera. Papoose was the only one who did not receive the memo. This is the point at which complete mayhem ensues. A screenshot of purported text chats between Remy and Eazy that was phony but incredibly realistic started making the rounds on the internet. "Remy, I'm scared of hurting him." "Eazy, you already did, just not out loud." Another communication, time-stamped barely a week before the released tape states, "One night turned into something I can't walk away from, albeit it hasn't been confirmed." In the meantime, Papoose has reportedly gone completely dark. No posts, no statements, no press, just one mysterious unfollow. Remy Moss page, and within hours, she unfollowed him right back. Their joint Instagram fan page at the Mackies Forever posted a black screen with the caption, "We're taking a break from posting until further notice." Whether these are real or not is almost irrelevant. The audience believes them, and that's all it takes in the court of public opinion. Please be considerate of their privacy. Observe their privacy, okay? And if you thought celebrities would keep quiet, think again. That same night, Fat Joe went live on Instagram saying, "When you let a little flame play too close to the fire, don't cry when the house burns down." The entire internet is busy downloading that footage, playing it back in slow motion, and analyzing timestamps, body language, and facial expressions like it's the Zapruder film. After seeing that footage, Rhee's former opponent, Lady Luck, shared a picture of a medical bed with the remark, "Papoose right now." And as if things couldn't get any more vicious, 2 days later, a fan saw Eazy snapping photographs with strangers while drinking. This isn't just a scandal. It's ego. It's carelessness. It's the kind of betrayal that becomes a cultural reset. The public has already taken sides, and Ray isn't on the winning side yet. But there's still one question that remains unanswered. Why now? Why leak this footage now after all these months? Some say it was a hotel employee seeking retribution, while others think it was, whatever the truth is, it's buried beneath layers of lies, late-night whispers, and years of pretending. And the consequences haven't even begun yet. Because what happens when public betrayal turns into legal fallout? When does private footage become a weapon? When the most loyal man in hip-hop decides he's finally had enough? That's what we'll find out next. Someone close to Papoose, someone who wanted him to know the truth without saying a word. And some crazy theories suggest Remy herself leaked it, unconsciously ruining a marriage she'd already emotionally walked out of. Let's talk about the aftermath. It's not just emotional, but it's legal, financial, and potentially career-ending. According to people close to Papoose, his team is already consulting legal experts, not only for divorce, but also for reputational damage. Rumor has it that he had signed several brand deals centered around Black love, loyalty, and hip-hop as well. As a scripted relationship podcast that was weeks away from production, all of this reportedly paused. One insider leaked a screenshot of a production email where a sponsor pulled out, saying, This recent press is not in line with the principles that our brand stands for. After serving that prison sentence years ago, Remy Ma may have believed that her troubles were over, but this betrayal has sparked a second public trial. This time, however, she is fighting the culture rather than the courts. Her Chrome 23 battle. Rap League is also facing backlash, with fans calling for her to resign as creative head, claiming that she built a platform on loyalty before blowing it up from the inside. Even Rhee's most devoted fan base is split. Comments like "women deserve freedom" too are being made by others in support of her. It isn't your concern. Or the well-worn adage, "you never know what goes on behind closed doors." But that's precisely the issue.
We do.
Those doors are wide open, and what's inside is chaos rather than loyalty. Thanks to leaked security footage, whispered audio, and a breadcrumb trail of deleted texts and unfollows. As for Eazy, the block captain, you'd think the controversy would put his rap career on life support, but in a bizarre turn of events, it's actually increasing his visibility. A contentious clip of his upcoming freestyle, "I Made Your Queen Fold," while he was playing king. Loyalty is a crown, but it doesn't mean a thing. He's leaning in, no apology, no retreat. And in the eyes of many fans, that's adding fuel to a fire that could burn him down or make him bigger than ever. But here's where it gets even messier. According to multiple insiders, Remy and Papoose didn't just share love. They also shared business, joint accounts, co-owned properties, and investments in entertainment ventures. The formal separation is imminent. That means lawyers, contracts, and possible court dates. This isn't just a betrayal, it's a financial entanglement. If Papoose chooses to pursue legal action, Remy might lose more than just public respect. She might lose equity, assets, and exclusive rights to upcoming projects they funded together. In other words, this one night in a hotel could cost her a piece of everything she's built since her release from prison. And fans aren't just watching. They're documenting. Social media timelines have become archives, and people are reposting videos of Papoose talking about love and loyalty in contrast to a leaked video of Remy and Eazy. Papoose has reportedly moved out of their shared house and into a separate apartment in New Jersey. According to a neighbor, he has been spotted walking alone at night wearing headphones and not talking to anyone. Another insider said that he turned down a reality TV offer this week to publicly speak his truth, stating that he is not interested in turning pain into content. However, as rumors of a Talal interview start to circulate, several networks are reportedly fighting behind the scenes for the first exclusive with him, even big talk shows and podcasts, according to one entertainment producer. If he talks, the internet breaks. Papoose, who stood in the background and applauded for Remy during her comeback, publicly forgave her legal past, and who raised their children, protected their home, and promoted their love, is now being treated like a supporting character in a story, and people have had enough. One viral comment perfectly captures it. He gave her loyalty, and she gave him content. We haven't seen this level of betrayal since Lemonade. However, it's not just the betrayal that is shocking. It's the irony. Papoose is reportedly defending his public image in addition to the divorce by claiming emotional distress, defamation by association, and the unapproved sharing of private footage that some speculate was purposefully leaked by someone on Remy's team. If this is accurate, it means this is more than just a scandal. It could turn into a full-fledged lawsuit. Remy has also gone completely silent, posting only a black and white Instagram quote that reads, "Let them judge you. Don't let them stop you, though." A daring statement from someone who just received the toughest punishment possible: shame from the internet. The saddest part is that Papoose didn't walk away because he stopped loving her. Rather, he did so because she already did. The footage, the silence, and the whispers all tell a larger story about how love in the spotlight can turn into something more than just a couple. They were a brand, and they were held up as a standard. Now that standard is gone, destroyed in one night, exposed by one tape, and remembered by one question that still haunts everyone watching. How do you betray someone? Who would never betray you? You've seen it all, the video, the whispers, the heartbreak. A man who gave everything and a woman who gave it to someone else. The silence, the smirks, the 7-hour betrayal behind a hotel door. It's the story of humiliation under a microscope. How one mistake can become everyone's amusement, and how even the most devoted hearts have breaking points. In this case, those points were a hotel bed, a camera in the hallway, and 2 people who believed no one was watching. What would you have done if you were Papoose? Would you have forgiven, fought, or disappeared? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We're reading them all. For example, if this shook you, subscribe because this isn't over. And trust us, more footage is coming. The truth is, it's only just getting started. Was this karma? Or was it always the plan? Did Remy Ma walk into a moment fully aware and easy? Or was he just the temptation? Despite devotion, love, and deception, none remains blameless for.